Here's some fun we're gonna show on Hennessy's been about. Coffee while we're on the go on Hennessy's been about. Learn everything you need to know about coffee, cause we're here to show. Been here, been there on Hennessy's been about. Learn everything you need to know about coffee, cause we're here to show. Been here, been there on Hennessy's been about.
Well, here we are at the Australian Botanic Garden at Mount Annan. We're at the water garden area. We're going to catch up with Belinda. Belinda, your role here at the garden?
I'm the Manager of Marketing and Visitor Centre here at the garden.
And this particular location is very popular with people having weddings.
It is, it's extremely popular for wedding ceremonies and photography.
Lovely. And generally you get a few weddings throughout the gardens during the year?
We certainly do. Some days we can have up to 3 or 4 weddings here at the water garden, which is part of the Connections Garden, which is a 4.6 hectare garden. So an extremely beautiful spot for photography and nice serene place for a wedding.
It is serene. It's a beautiful location. Lots of water moving around, lots of beautiful noise. Gardens are fantastic. Come on out here and see what the water garden's all about. The history of the Australian Botanic Garden at Mount Annan dates back to Campbelltown and Camden's earliest days. In 1818, Magistrate William Howe was granted 3,000 acres of land and he established the Glenlee Estate. In the 1850s, Glenlee was acquired by James Fitzpatrick, whose descendants operated a dairy farm until 1978. During the 1880s, a water canal was constructed through the property as an additional water source for Sydney. Through the 1940s, the dairy continued to operate in the northern section of the site. In 1975, the land was designated as part of the Scenic Protection Zone by the MacArthur Development Board, and in 1984, 400 hectares were allocated by the New South Wales Government as a native botanic garden. Since that time, major plantings, themed gardens, walking and bike riding tracks, lakes and other major constructions have turned the Australian Botanic Garden at Mount Annan into Australia's largest botanic garden. Park Ranger Ron explains some of the activities available at the Botanic Garden. Ron, with so much to see and do, what are some of the activities you run here at the Australian Botanic Garden?
Well, just this weekend we had just on 1,000 Girl Guides celebrating the centenary of the Girl Guides. We had a number of them camp overnight. They did a lot of activities. We also have carols by candlelight here at Christmas, which brings in a large number of people. We have Annan Roma, which is a food and wine festival. We also have an education officer here, which also can supply for young school kids and the school children in relation to education on bush tucker and Australian natives. We have a large number of barbecue areas where family can come and just socialise. We have a large bike track, a 12 kilometre bike track, which is used a great deal. It's a mountain bike track. And we also have free tours as well that people can come if they're not sure exactly about the gardens. We have people here that can take them on a tour and give them an education in relation to the Botanic Garden and the information that these trees and these plants can give them. They have a very, very big, long story in relation to history.
We're still here at the Australian Botanical Garden at Mount Annan. There's so much to see and do. We've just gone for a drive around the whole garden area, and here we find ourselves at the sundial. What a beautiful view up here on top of the hill. What a great looking sundial. Can you explain a little bit about this to me, thanks?
Yeah, the sundial itself has 15 beautiful basalt blocks that were taken from the Mount Tomah Botanic Gardens, or the Blue Mountains Botanic Gardens as it's called now. And it's a sundial of human involvement. And the idea is you actually stand on the ground here where they have the date lines, and your shadow will actually tell you what time it is. And it's been very, very popular. And there's only about 10 of them in the world, so it's quite a sight. And being about 197 metres above sea level, it's the view is just absolutely spectacular.
I've got to say the view is spectacular. I've driven past this area for so long without realising what's available up here in the garden area. This view is absolutely amazing. numerous facilities make it popular as a recreational destination for picnics, functions, weddings and many other activities. The Australian Botanic Garden at Mount Annan is open from 10 AM till 5 PM every day except for Christmas Day. Admission at this fantastic location is free. Okay, here at Hennessy Coffee we've also introduced a range of healthy, delicious, loose leaf tea options to ensure that you're making most of your profit margins within your cafe setting. And how great are these flavours? We have black tea, we have chai masala, we have English breakfast Earl Grey, we have a range of healthy infusion teas, we've got a range of green teas, citron green, jasmine green. All these teas are made for you to enjoy in your cafe area.
Being here, being there on Hennessy's being about.
Campbelltown gets its name from Elizabeth Campbell, the wife of former Governor Lachlan Macquarie. The town was established by Macquarie in 1820 after the area had been originally discovered in 1795 when cattle that had strayed from Sydney 7 years earlier were discovered grazing in the Camden area. The Macarthur region, including Campbelltown and Camden, date back to the earliest days of the colony settlement. Camden is famous for starting Australia's wool and wine industries, and James Roos began wheat farming in the Campbelltown district. Through the 19th century, the population increased steadily, and when the rail line reached Campbelltown in 1858, further development followed. In 1888, Campbelltown became the first country town to have piped water. Electricity came to Campbelltown in the 1920s. A large number of historic homes and buildings have been retained and restored back to their former beauty in this area, and some of Australia's finest examples of early architecture can be seen in these surviving Campbelltown buildings. Designated in the 1960s as a satellite city by the New South Wales Planning Authority, the town saw unprecedented building and population growth, and today more than 150,000 people live in the Campbelltown district and call it home. Campbelltown's most famous incident occurred in 1826 when local farmer Fred Fisher disappeared.
I'm Frederick George James Fisher. I lived and died here in Campbelltown when the colony was less than 20 years old. As it happens, the township had only been founded 2 years before I got my ticket of leave. What a town it was. It was bawdy and rollicking with a goodly number of places where a weary traveller or a tired farmer could slake his thirst.
According to folklore, his ghost appeared sitting on a fence rail over a creek and pointed to a site where his body was later found to be buried. So goes the legend.
Have you heard the story of Fred Fisher, late of Campbelltown? Legend has it that John Farley saw his ghost a-sitting down. It pointed to the paddock where Fred Fisher's body lay. The body was discovered near the creek bed in the clay. But today the times are different and the ghosts are on parade. The spectres of the past float by the shops and the arcade. It started in the 50s, now the legend holds no fear. And the feeling's right when the ghost's inside, it's a spirit that we all come to cheer. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
We're back in Westport today at the Westport Club for the first heat of the 2012 Brita Professional Hot Club Challenge. This is a competition. It's all about bringing the world of coffee to New South Wales clubs and hotels. We have a range of competitors today that work the cafes in the Port Macquarie area. Some great Westport stuff showcasing their skills. And here's the rundown of how the competition works. Everyone's making an espresso, a latte and a cappuccino. Then they have the chance to make a signature beverage. Within that beverage they can use alcohol, Da Vinci syrups, a whole range of products that they bring to the market and make sure this is a great coffee experience for their signature beverage. Right now in town we have a whole range of different people in there doing their thing, and let's just see what they're coming up with. We have Ivy just doing one of these drinks now. Bring it on over, Ivy. Ivy from the Westport Club has just done a great looking beverage. What do you call this?
A
Cafe Colada.
Cafe Colada. A fantastic looking thing. This is what we're looking for in this year's Signature Drinks. A whole range of different products in there. It looks fantastic and would really appeal to the cafe market. Well done, Ivy. Thanks for bringing that over. So, ladies and gentlemen, back for the 2012 Brita Professional Hot Club Cup. Come along and see one of the events. If you look on the Facebook page or check the Hennessy Coffee webpage, we thank Brita Professional and all our sponsors. This is a great competition, and showcasing drinks like this, everyone's a winner. So for more information about Hennessy Coffee, check out our new website, hennessycoffee.com.au. You can even request a brochure that contains everything you need to know about coffee and how we can inspire your staff to bring out the best for your cafe. So we can come along and plan, implement and program a whole staff training package via our academy for your staff to enjoy the great success of being a trained barista and bringing the world of coffee to your patrons. Don't forget, hennessycoffee.com.au, and we'll see you again real soon.